Welcome to your latest Nottingham Forest news. Coming up on today's episode, Niakhate is set to leave Nottingham Forest. Lyon are close to completing the Mangala deal. Chelsea inquire about Murillo. And Forest will be saved from PSR. All this and plenty more coming up on your Forest news today. Let's get into it. Good morning, good evening, or good night. I hope you guys are doing well. And welcome to your latest Nottingham Forest news. There is so much to update you on, and it is all good news. Well, it depends on what you think of these players. So let's get into it. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. And we've teamed up with CCL to bring you guys some cracking offers on your monitors, on your projectors for the Euros, on loads of fun boys toys. So let me show you a couple of examples now. So as mentioned, we've teamed up with CCL to bring you guys some next level offers on all your gadgets and toys, especially for gaming and TV watching. If you want to watch the Euros with a projector, this is the place you need to go to grab this bad boy for £584.99. But why not upgrade your gaming experience with a gaming monitor from as little as $89.99? But my personal recommendation is this beast, the G Master Red Eagle 34 curved gaming monitor, reduced by over £1,000 down to £314.99. And on top of that, if you use code FFTV25, you will get £25 off any orders over £300. Go click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen right now. Okay, so let's start by talking about these two deals, about Niakhate and Mangala. And these are huge deals and boosts for PSR. And I'll explain why. So John Percy has released today that Forest are in heavy talks with a French club to sell Niakhate. Now, he didn't disclose who the club was, but we understand it's Lyon. I think Romano's tweeted saying it's Lyon, etc. And Forest don't want to sell Niakhate. They will be reluctant to do this transfer deal, but the offer is too good to refuse, to quote the film. So Niakhate and Mangala, I don't know if that's correct. I believe the initial agreement with Forest was 15 million on the option to buy. So we're going to be, man, my phone is going crazy right now. So we're going to be very close either way with just the Mangala deal. We don't know what the fee yet is on Niakhate, but we do know it's going to be something that tempts Forest in very much so. Why is this a good deal with Niakhate? Because he has 1 year left on his contract, and he is very cheap when it comes to the PSR amortization because of the 1 year deal. So pretty much he's got probably 2 million-ish left on the books for Nottingham Forest, and therefore anything sold at profit, let's just call it 15 million for now. All that, if it was 15 million the deal, then Forest would make 13 million profit on Niakhate. And that plus Mangala would be enough to put Forest home and clear on PSR. Now, John Percy goes further on to talk about the other players that will be leaving Nottingham Forest. He talks about Joe Worrell, which we've been talking about pretty much all summer. Lewis O'Brien. He then talks about Emmanuel Dennis, Josh Bowler, and the 2 goalkeepers as well. So 5 fringe players, Deadwood, whatever you guys classify them as, will all be set to leave Nottingham Forest. Now, some of these players won't go on a permanent deal. Some of them will be going off on loan deals. But that in itself is fine if we do sell Niakhate and Mangala to Lyon. Now, in terms of my thoughts on Niakhate, I love this player. I think he is one of very few players we have that has huge leadership traits in him. And yes, he has made some mistakes when he's played, but I just feel this sense of calmness around him when he plays football. But with him only having 1 year left on his contract, with the option to not have to sell Morgan Gibbs-White or Murillo or Callum Hudson-Odoi because of Niakhate, then I am 1,000,000% behind this deal. Begrudgingly as well, and I can understand why Forest would be reluctant to do this because of his leadership traits, because he's a good defender as well, because he's left-footed. Left-footed centre-backs are very, very rare in this day and age. But it makes a lot of sense. And what that in itself, the knock-on effect of that means is that Forest cannot and will not and should not have their pants pulled down for any of the big guns. The if, which we'll talk about now, Chelsea wants to come in for Murillo. And if we were talking about yesterday, these stupid reports that we saw that Liverpool were going to offer 25 mil for Murillo, literally Marinakis can just send a WhatsApp message with a picture of himself doing that to whoever it is, because we cannot be held to ransom. So let's move this on and talk about Murillo. Now, there was reports yesterday that Chelsea wanted to offer Forest 50 million for Murillo, plus 2 players in exchange going the other way. Who those 2 players were wasn't being said. And we didn't even bring it to you because I didn't like the report. We then were listening to Romano, who said that it's basically BS. Chelsea have inquired about Murillo, but just to ask Forest what the cost of him would be. Not to offer these 2 players, not to do this or that or the other. And the answer they got is basically, if you want to sit down and have a chat with us, come with a minimum of £70 million on the table, or don't come at all. And this is going to hopefully price Chelsea out of the market. I am actually getting really positive and really excited about what we're seeing. Yes, it's all lastminute.com. Yes, we only have 3 days to get all this crap over the line. But if it means keeping Murillo, there's a lot I would sacrifice for that. And if Chelsea want to come in for Murillo, but they would need to, sell a few players of their own to free up some space, they've got loads of centre-backs, then they're going to have to come with at least 70 million. And yes, I still think Murillo, come the end of next season, will be worth maybe 80 to 90 million. He bags in one of those 80-yarder goals this season, and believe you me, they'll be queuing up at the door. So this is really, really positive and good news for Nottingham Forest about all of this. But it is now all dependent on Lyon saving us from this BS that is PSR. We are working to find out how much the offer is for Niakhate. But as I said, the PSR book value on him is so low right now that any deal over 10 million would give us 8 million roughly in terms of profit, plus Mangala, and we are home and dry. What do you guys think about this? Would you sacrifice Niakhate to save Murillo or /MGW? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, no daily video is complete these days without us talking about Daddy Daycare Centre, Eddie Murphy style, Forest, and their hunt for every youngster with talent. And there's a new one this time from Birmingham City. And again, this is coming from the John Percy reports. And this is for Jordan James, the Welsh international from Birmingham. The 19-year-old midfielder, he's made 11 appearances for Wales and been with Birmingham since basically he was born in 2012. Well, he wasn't really born in 2012, but you get me. And Forest are looking to scout these players out. And John Percy has gone on to talk about the Forest strategy, about how we're trying to basically scour the world for the best young talent. And as I said in all my videos so far, I'm not against this at all, but let's build our first team out first and then build the academy up. Now, this is one of the things and one of the reasons why the likes of Ross Wilson were brought in, and then he brought his boy in to look after the academy, and that's why we lost Brazil from the academy program last year, because Forest were not churning any money out of the academy system. Okay, Brennan Johnson is obviously the exception, but there's no talents that are coming through that are going to gain Forest that big money stuff. The Forest are looking to bring these youth players in and potentially build them up to sell them for profit. Football is business, as it's said right now. So we'll keep you posted on any developments on that. If it starts to emerge, we'll give you a scout report on the kid as well, so we get a better flavour of what he's about. But back to the main headlines. Niakhate and Mangala both set to go to Lyon before the 30th of June transfer deadline, which will save Forest from the PSR BS. How do you guys feel about that? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're as excited as me and you want to celebrate this, why not get some upgrades for your PC by visiting our boys CCL on the link that's pinned in the comments down below, or of course scan the QR code. Use code FFTV25, you get 25 quid off, 300 quid spent. I'll leave it on the end screen for you guys as well. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new, and we'll see you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.